Hello, my name is Vimy, and this is officially my very first video that I am filming, which I am super excited about. I decided to do a little get ready with me while I kind of discuss all the different life changes that are coming through due to the fact that I'm one of those people that disassociates from their friends and their family, and they kind of just go into a little box in their head and they get lost in TV. And so everyone is probably wondering, or in my inner circle is probably wondering, well, what the fudge is going on with Demi, because I have not heard from him in like 7 days due to the fact that I had a monumental life change. 7 days ago from today, from today, your boy was laid off from his job, which AKA means he got fired. So I have spent the last week drafting up my plan of what is in the future for Mr. Bimmy Young, also known as myself. And, well, if you want to hear a little bit about that plan and want to spend some time with a beautiful, sassy gay man, continue to watch this video. If you are not necessarily feeling that vibe, well, please hit pause, go back to that search bar, and search something else, because you, my friend, do not have to watch this video. Now, disclaimer, I don't have my nails. I got these duds right now, but we were doing a self-care, and bitch just got fired, so I'm sorry. The nails is busted for today. But we're going to go in to this face. Now, I gotta take a minute and clean this mirror off because the bitch is dirty. And, like, she's, like, truly dirty. Truly dirty. Also, ignore the scruff. I just haven't felt it, y'all. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever been fired? Like, be real. Like, if you have, it's crazy. And like, I guess for me, what was like so hard about the whole firing thing was there was no reason or cause except for the restructuring of the company. And so we take that as whatever that means. And so we hold no hard feelings. Why? Because Jesus said not to. Love thy brother, regardless of what they do to you. So, get a little bit right now. Yeah, the little pump don't work, but that's because it's $5 cosmetics. Now, she gonna blur the shit out of this face, hopefully, and we will be fine. I don't even need to pump. Like, we good. I'm moisturizing with this is a primer potion. Now, you always want to get this face nice and set when you're doing makeup, because she will look trashy if you don't. And y'all probably wondering why I put this on. Put it on so that way when we take her off, that hair right there that typically is wild and crazy is beautiful. Like, shit. Damn, I just be like, that's it. Like, I didn't even do anything to the face, and she's damn near done. Like, that's it. Foundation, call it a day, but we're looking fine as sorry, a girl's gotta blend. I not dealing with your emotionally, it can lead to terrible shit, like post. So for all of you who are wondering, since I did disappear, did I go on a bendy? No, I did not. And my lack of bendy, you can personally thank Vampire Diaries for the lack of bendy, because it could have happened. I thought about it multiple times. But you realize you flip off the humanity switch and all you do is hurt people. And so I didn't want to hurt anybody because I had just been hurt. And you learn to hurt people, hurt other people. Because who wants to be hurt alone? And sometimes I wish our world understood that a little more. That's thanks to Landy Marquise. I know myself now to a level that I didn't know myself. And I would never have found myself if it was not for that little time I took in rehab. You would ask Bimmy 10 years ago what he would have done if he would have gotten fired. I can tell you right now, I would have went to the bar and bought a bunch of people a round of shots. And I will honestly battle to the end of the world that this is the blessed, the blessed and the blush I've ever used in my entire life. And yes, it is $45 a palette, and all you get is these two little cute inserts, but Jacqueline, honey, you did it, babes. And I want to be better. I want to do better, and I want to provide something for the world that will not only bring me financial compensation, but also bring me joy. Although I love the restaurant industry, like I really did, like I loved it a lot, but I'm super passionate about human connection, and I think that passion of human connection is what made me such a great leader as a whole for someone else's business. But I'm learning that running someone else's business is great at the beginning. It is a wonderful learning curve. It is a awesome way to understand the ins and out of operations, to learn how to operate your own finances. Just a little extra shingas. I got back into restaurants with the anticipation of only being there for a year and to focus on my business and my life. And what ended up happening was I got sucked up. Someone else's life and someone else's dream and someone else's passions, and it became my own. We are not taught that we are a product of the 5 people that we surround ourselves around the most. And I think that is the biggest disjustice to people as a whole. And so when you surround yourself by 5 people who are wrapped and enamored within the restaurant industry, you become a part of that group. Now, whether that is something that is your dream or their dream, you lose track of it. Why? Because this is what is success. And we as people are attracted to success. So I lost track of who I was in my time at my previous job, which I had the opportunity of working and building bonds with such great people that for me, it was what I wanted to do. And that's why I have to take back that last statement of saying being wrapped up in someone else's dream, because I think the job of a leader is to empower and influence people to make that dynamic shift into the paradigm of where you're working. And for me, my leader did a great job of selling that dream and making it my dream by spotlighting the things that I loved the most, which for me is human interaction, human connection, and fame. And so being a general manager of a restaurant, you are the face of that place. Like you walk on the floor and there are going to be guests that recognize you from the night before, and they're going to want to chat. And that is the greatest feeling for someone who likes to talk to people and loves the human connection. But at the same time, I lost myself at that place. And when I say I lost myself, that means that I didn't value human connection when I was a general manager. And then quite honestly, being a general manager for the past year that I did it was the loneliest time of my life. And I never want to feel that way again. Now, could I easily get back into it? Yes. Could I adjust, adapt, and change? Yes. Is that what I want to do? No. And I think that that is something that is so unrecognized in our country and in our world as a whole. Like well, I would say our country because I don't know the world outside of that, but you don't necessarily get to follow your dreams and passion if it's not going to be a check able to provide for your family or stability. And that is two things that we look for as humans. And I learned that for me, stability and money and all of those things are super great and wonderful, but at the end of the day, is that worth your mental health? And being an addict, you learn that you sacrifice your mental health for so long. Unfortunately, that humanity switch just flips off on its own. And if you don't focus on yourself and you don't allow yourself to do what makes you happy as a person in your soul, then you will flip it and you will lose sight of who you are. And so when I started this video, I told you that there is a next step, and there is. I have learned that only in creativity will I truly be happy. And so my next few steps that I am taking in this world will align with that of creativity and human connection, as I have found that those two things are two of my passions. Please hit that like and subscribe button so that way I can continue to make these videos and chase my dream. And from there, I tell you, your boy's good.